recording. Okay, hopefully everyone can see this now. Here's our agenda. If there's anything that I missed or that any of you would like to have added on, now would be a great time to do so.
Brief update, the chair of the campaigns committee is no longer LJ. It is, I believe, Will Hobson.
That's correct. I appreciate that. I missed that when I was updating it. Without objection, I would move fundraising to be first, so just so that Will's reports can be put together.
FYI, I don't think William Johnson is going to be joining us until later this evening. He just texted me a little while ago.
Taylor said that he's having some technical difficulties and will be joining us soon as well. Okay, I'm not hearing any other changes. Going once. All right. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as it appears on your screen?
I move to approve the agenda.
Pablo moves.
I'll second.
Will seconds. Thank you. Is there any objection? Okay, and then before we actually dive into the meeting, I'll note for the secretary's sake that the participants that are present in the meeting are Timothy Perkins, Brad Lee, Pablo Serrato, Rachel Salo, Will Hobson, and Taylor Rickey, and then the observers are Travis West and Dexter Graphic. However, Taylor Rickey just fell out of the meeting, so hopefully we get him back. All right, moving along then to the agenda. We have approval of minutes. I didn't receive any minutes from the secretary and didn't prepare any myself, so we don't have any to present at this time. Next is the consent agenda. Will moved and Taylor seconded to approve the Sean Gardner dancing location and date. I believe that we're going to have an update on that under the unfinished and new business and for the convention committee report, but that motion was passed unanimously. If there were any correction that needed to be made there, now you guys could chime in, but otherwise I'll just move along to open forum. So observers may speak on any agenda item. So welcome Dexter Graphic and Travis West. Appreciate your being here. If you have anything that you'd like to let us know your thoughts on with regards to this agenda, now's the time. All right. In the chat, Mr. West says that he heard that taxation is theft, but that's all. So thank you. And we'll move along then from open forum. Thanks again to our observers for being here. To reports of officers, starting out with the chair. I've only done a light amount of LPO work. I met with Pablo to discuss our upcoming primary election, technical considerations, and also uploaded last month's meeting recording to YouTube, things of this nature. I do want to extend congratulations on behalf of the LPO to Angela McCardle, chair of the National Libertarian Party, for the arrival of her son, Arthur. It's really fun being a parent, and it's fun seeing others start in that journey. So
I second that.
other than that, I don't have anything further to report. So taxation is theft. And if there's any questions for the chair, I'll take them now. All right. Thank you all. We'll move along to the vice chair. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I guess I'll handle LPO stuff, and I'll handle more personal stuff. Yeah, the last couple days, I've been helping out Scott Horton and the rest of the Libertarian Party nationally make a big push for hearing the war powers resolution, getting a vote on the war Yemen war powers resolutions that were supposed to be brought up in Congress. This is in accordance with the 1833 Stop War campaign that had been happening the last few days. That was brought about by the Quaker lobby and many different anti-war activists and groups. And basically making phone calls, pressuring our representatives to take a strong stance on ending the war in Yemen. And a lot of time calling and networking was done on that regard. Many posts, social media posts were made. And ultimately, Bernie Sanders did what we all probably expected he would do. He folded like a cheap suit, did not bring the resolutions onto the floor of the Senate. So the war in Yemen is still happening at the behest of the White House. And it was very frustrating, but I was very heartened that so many people from so many different backgrounds were working together on an issue that I'm really proud that the LP is leading on and championing. So that is great. I've also been helping the Public Policy Board post some of their recent policies that they've been putting out. And been trying to do some work with the conventions committee to nail down our convention a little bit more and try to get some things set out. We have had some issues with some miscommunication with the venue, but we're hopefully, we can talk about that at the end of the meeting. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to work that all out, and I can go into more detail later. But personal wise, I have started a new job that has taken away some of my more free hours. I am now having to try to figure out how to manage my time a little bit stricter. I don't have as much free time for volunteering for the LPO as I have had in the last few years. I'm trying to figure out a better balance of my time, because now a lot of things are calling upon my time. I am also trying to start a business simultaneously, which probably wasn't a great idea to do all this at once, but it is what it is. So I am working on that. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Will. Are there any questions for the vice chair? All right. Well, yes, Bernie Sanders is a cheap suit. That's the only thing. I just need to sneak in that concurrence. Our treasurer is not present to present a report. We do, however, have our secretary. Taylor, take it away.
Sorry about that. Driving. I had technical difficulties.
I'm not getting any audio from you, Taylor, or it's very broken up.
One second. Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Much better.
Oh.
And you're gone again.
All right. Can you hear me now, Timothy?
I can hear you at the moment, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm having technical difficulties driving home right now. So, as far as my report, that's why I was late. So excuse my tardiness. I have not a lot to report. I called my senator to push for what Will was talking about, the War Powers Act for Yemen. I also trying to think what else I did. It was a pretty busy month with holidays coming up, and my wife just had her knee surgery, so I didn't focus a lot on LPO matters this month. So I don't have much to report. So I apologize. I'm open to take questions or comments.
Yeah, I believe since we last spoke, Taylor, you did organize a meetup in Merriam Polk, either for election night or maybe thereafter. So there's that.
Yes, we did do election night meetup, which was underwhelming. And then we actually had our December meetup earlier this month, which was also underwhelming, two attendees. But we're working on it. We've got some people reaching out now. Pablo directed one person to me. So hopefully we can start growing this county affiliate in 2023 is my goal, to get it officially affiliated. So that's it for my report.
All right, thank you, Taylor. Are there any further questions for the secretary? Hearing none. We'll move along then to reports of committees and directors. Mr. Johnson is not here to present a report on fundraising. So we'll move along to campaigns and maybe get a bit of a post-mortem from Will.
Yes. Basically, the campaigns committee is not yet functional. I am working on trying to find some time to where I can start recruiting people to come on. I think several people are interested in doing so. I think Taylor was interested. I know Michelle Bird has been shown interest. There have been several other people that have shown interest, and hopefully in the next month or two this winter, maybe once my I've got a little bit more of a rhythm with my job and my business, I can set aside some time to get people interested in jumping on the campaigns committee, and we can start building in processes and gathering resources for people who are interested in doing campaigns in the 2024 season, or maybe any local elections that happen this year. So that will be one of my focuses. And yeah.
Will, even though these are nonpartisan, but I think there's something that Michelle Bird has been looking into is school board elections are up in 2023, and there are potentially libertarian leaning, or at least sympathetic people that might be interested in those races. So I think, Michelle, you should reach out to her.
Indeed.
All right, great. Will, if you want to check the chat, Brad Lee is willing to help out on the campaign committee.
Okay, thank you, Brad. Yeah, we will. I will try to do in the next couple days. I am going to be working on trying to spin up several different committees and get them meeting regularly. Campaigns is going to be one of them. Also, since William Johnson wasn't here, fundraising is also going to be another one. And then affiliates I would like to also see meeting regularly, but we'll work on all of that. We'll try to get those functioning and meeting regularly before not too long. So.
All right, thank you. And then without objection, we'll move along to your next report, which is public relations, which I had something, but I don't remember what it was. So go ahead.
Yeah, we did some public relations. We got people out to recently to the I think it's called Catholic Central High School in Portland. Annie and Richard went out to that, and they talked to lots of kiddos, and I managed to drop by Annie's house and give her our our officially unofficial booth. Thanks, Pablo, for posting a link to that. If anybody wants to check out what that was like, you can click on the link in the chat Pablo just put in. But yeah, they talked to lots of kids were really interested. Apparently we were pretty much one of the more popular tables there. I didn't get to go in person because my job had just started. Otherwise I would have loved to have gone and talked to them. But yeah, they handed out some libertarian literature and yeah, talked to a lot of kids there, and that was great. So and then we have been having some in-person meetups and mixers. I think we have another one next week on the 20th and in Portland, and I know others have been happening around the state, so that is good. We are making progress on having more in-person meetings and reaching out to the public. Yeah, I think we're doing it. I think we're also having our our social media posts are happening a little bit more regularly. I'm getting into more of a rhythm now that the Public Policy Board has freed us up a little bit more. I can make social media posts on some issues that most libertarians care about, and that I think has been helping with engagement. So we also got retweeted by the LP National for the first time, and that was pretty cool.
Well, I think you should also mention that it was with respect to Measure 114, which, because of the Public Policy Board, Libertarian Party is ironically coming out full guns blazing as with the proper, correct libertarian response, and I'm immensely proud of that. Yes,
the Public Policy Board did a great job with putting out very strong language on the very authoritarian gun control measures that have been passed now by popular vote. Yeah, that is our rights are still eternal and aren't really up for a vote, my personal opinion. So I'm glad to see that we're starting to reach out to a lot more groups about gun rights and gaining some more cachet with people that we want to be an active part of the process. And the libertarians are very strong on this issue and willing to help.
Good. All right. Anything else for public relations?
And thank you, Pablo, for bringing that up. Sorry, I was trying to remember all the different things. Sometimes I forget some.
All right. Well, I'll just plug our Discord, and I believe you can find the link on lporegon.org. A lot of good discussion happening there.
I can also drop it in the chat for anybody that doesn't happen to be on it. That is definitely our main communication hub, where we can have meetings and we can have ongoing chats and share documents and memes and such. So that's a great place, and links. That's a great place to go. Every LPO member should be on the Discord, ideally.
All right, so moving along then, we have the data committee, which is Pablo. And he sent out an email that hopefully the director saw on this matter.
Yes, so data committee work is focused right now on standing up a version of the data committee that will also incorporate the website committee. to take over the IT needs of the Libertarian Party. At present, our only data project that we have is maintaining the Oregon voter list. And I am working to figure out how we can securely get that hosted somewhere on the internet so that we can make it queryable to authorized members. People who have filled out the LP NDA would be able to go to an app like Mode Analytics and be able to make queries on their own. For those who are interested, it also, I'm also in the process of making sure that I understand what the requirements are to define who is eligible to vote for the LPO director election that is coming up. Timothy shared the requirements with me, and it basically involves joining together a couple of different lists and coming up with one single golden table that has the people in Oregon who are eligible to vote for directors. And that's my update for the moment.
All right.
Any questions?
I'll wait for a moment. I was wondering, so we have this document that you sent out to the board. Did you want to consolidate data and website into this committee at this time, or do you still want to hold off on that?
I would like to do so. Is it, if it's appropriate, given that it's new business, or how would you?
You can conduct business related to your committee under your committee report.
Okay, I would like folks to take, if you haven't taken a look, I'll just give you a brief rundown. I wrote up a description of the duties of the IT committee. And in part, I wanted to focus on setting up sort of a strategy and vision that would make all of our lives easier as volunteers to the LPO. And a lot of that has to do with just having information resources around and data for your needs. So it makes sense for us to have the data committee and the IT and the website committee consolidated into one group that would help LPO directors and LPO volunteers have access to our mail list resources, our voter data, and our other information technology things like the ability to send out mass emails for fundraising. This committee would work to support all the other committees of the LPO. And yeah, any questions? I'm going to pull up the doc right now and share the link in the chat.
I am sharing, I think I'm screen sharing the document as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Very good. So yes, developing and implementing the party's overall technology strategy, including identifying and prioritizing technology initiatives and ensuring the party's technology infrastructure is robust and secure. Two very important things that I think we would love to have. There might be a moment in the near future where we send out a fundraising email and we have 300 or 400 people hitting our website at a time trying to donate to us. I would like to make sure that our site can handle that. The website as it is right now is fast and robust, and I just want to make sure it stays that way. Making sure that we are able to conduct elections online is, to me, the most high priority, high value effort that we have before us, because that will reduce costs and allow us to have more people participate in choosing LPO leadership. And then longer term, we want to help support the affiliate strategy, which is probably the most important part of the LPO right now. To me, it's the county level organizations that can really take in people and help move the needle on freedom where it matters most, which is close to home. There's a goal that I learned about a few months ago where if the LPO reaches a 5% voter registration threshold, our party's primary would be funded like other parties, which is by the state. I'm ambivalent about that, but I think it's interesting to note. And when we think about one of the things we can do with data, with mailing lists, with email, with IT stuff, is we could probably put together a recruitment strategy that might help us achieve that goal. Yeah, just making sure that also in terms of fundraising, if we identify that we need money to help us better operate IT, I think it would be helpful for me to surface that and share that with the fundraising committee so that they can consider that in terms of their fundraising asks. For example, earlier this year, we considered briefly using a different type of content management system. We're currently using WordPress. There's something out there called Webflow, which is a little bit more modern, maybe a little bit more robust, but we, for cost reasons, are locked into WordPress for the foreseeable future.
All right. Are there any further questions or discussion on the creation of the IT committee / merging of the data and website committee? We've already talked about it in several past meetings, so. All right, go ahead and make the motion then.
All right, I would like to move that we create an IT committee, and as part of that, is it appropriate to roll over the existing membership of both committees into that?
That
That'd be a
would
separate
be
motion.
fine if that's what you'd like to do. Yep.
Yeah, and as part of that, I would like to fold in the members of the standing IT website and data committees into the new IT committee.
Okay. And are you incorporating this document as like a description of its duties, or not doing that officially, just having this be kind of a guiding document?
I would like to actually, maybe if that's a good idea, so that we have institutional memory and still what the sort of charter is of all these committees.
Sure. So how would you describe the relation of this document to the committee? Is it its job description, basically?
Yeah, so like what would the I'm not sure what the right term would be for, but the committee charter. Committee description, something.
Yeah,
like-
committee description is probably fine. Okay, so Taylor, you already have this document in your email
Correct.
from Pablo.
Yes.
But it is incorporated into his motion.
All right. I will go ahead and second his motion.
Great, thank you. So Pablo moves and Taylor seconds to merge the website and data committees to form a new IT committee, rolling both the membership of both committees into the new committee and giving it the description of duties that he had previously sent out to the board and is incorporated by reference. All right, all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Is there, are there any nays? Okay, hearing none. My interpretation would be that Pablo's going to be the chair of this committee. And I will be on the committee, but I'm just saying that I was chair of the website and Pablo was chair of data, but I think that he's chair of this new larger role. And I gotta say, he's the more qualified one of the two of us, and I appreciate his taking the time. Okay, thank you. Is there anything further on this agenda item?
This is now the IT committee report, so just maybe, is that appropriate?
That's fine, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, there's something about the website I wanted to mention. We have been keeping our news portion of our website more updated. We've gotten into a good cadence of updates as the public policy board puts out policy to making sure that those are also on the website. We are also have updated the LPO affiliate page to reflect what we interpret to be as organizations and party chapters that are officially stood up and operational. So that is at lpo.org/affiliates. It now reflects the official Libertarian Party affiliate in Sherman County, as well as an affiliate organization in Multnomah County.
I don't recall those having been voted on by this board, which,
Yes, so that's one question I have. There are the presumptive chair of the Libertarian Party of Oregon of Sherman County, as well as the acting chair of the Multnomah Libertarians, have filled out the applications
yes.
for
And
affiliation, but we haven't gotten any
I
sort of
have
clear
I have a
signal.
text from Katie apologizing for not being here tonight. The earlier time created conflict for her, but she's intending to send a report and then review this meeting once the recording is uploaded. So that probably would have happened tonight otherwise. if
Is
you
this
were
cart
prepared.
before the horse, and should I roll that back?
I would say that it probably isn't technically official, even though we can mostly act as though it is, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
That makes sense. I'll wait on promoting that until.
And once we get down to the affiliate committee report, it would be appropriate to make a motion. I don't know if everybody's had the opportunity to review the materials related to these things. I don't know if anybody's worried about it. Just saying that would be the time to bring it back up.
All right, thank you.
All right, and I had nothing further to contribute on the website. So next month's agenda will reflect that we now have an IT committee instead of the data and website committees. Will, I trust that you'll be able to update the committee's Google Sheet and make sure that the membership of both committees is present for the new committee. Does that work for you?
I'll bring it up right now and take a look at it. So yeah, we're just combining straight website and data.
Yep.
Okay. And Pablo is
The chair.
Okay. Sorry, something came up and I was slightly distracted. Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anything further?
No, not from IT committee.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much again for working on this, and anything that I can do with regards to especially the upcoming director election that we're going to try to have be a electronic event. You have my number.
Will do. I think the next follow-up is for you and Will, for us all to get together and talk about timeline for the director election, as there is like development that we want to plan around that. Development of the LPO voting app to make sure that we can count it in the method required by bylaws.
All right, great, thank you. All right, so moving along then, we'll go to affiliate. That's the next. Katie is not here. She's intending to send along a report. I know that we have people that are ready to go in Sherman and ready to go in Multnomah. And we have a affiliate, not a county party, but an affiliate existing in Lane County. Is there any other organization that anybody else is aware of that is ready at the county level? Okay. So without Katie here, there's not too much to be done unless somebody wants to move ahead without having the materials to review that Katie would usually present on the matter. Okay, going once. All right, well, hopefully we can knock that out next month. I'm feeling fairly impatient to have an official county party, gotta say. All right. Thank you. We'll move along to member development. I don't see Peter here this evening. Just checking. Yeah, so Peter's not here. Does anyone have anything for member development before we move along? Hearing none, there are no special orders, unfinished and new business. 2023 LPO Convention Committee, that's Will.
Yeah, I was hoping there would be more members of our committee here tonight. I keep on getting to the day of and trying to coordinate these meetings, and then I'm like, man, I should have done this, like set aside 5 minutes to do this a couple days ago. But yeah, we do have a venue. Some of the terms changed a little bit. It is going to be something like $2,500 now. But we are going to get some freebies with it, like an adjacent room that we can use for free for a couple hours to kind of spread out and have lunch halfway through during the convention. We will also that will give us maybe some space to maybe have like some little like breakout lunch groups that maybe we can have like different people talk about different things, kind of have essentially some like lunch classes or something, or some miniature speaking groups that we can kind of branch out into. But yeah, really nothing else has really been nailed down besides that. I know we probably still need to make a deposit on it. I think I was going to ask the committee if the current, the current situation is acceptable to them to make a deposit and to lock it in. But I will have to reach out to them probably and just set up a different meeting. So
Question, Will, what is
Yeah.
different? You mentioned $2,500, but what was it previous?
yes, so the venue, there was some miscommunication with the venue. The person who I was talking to, Sean Gardner, she was actually the owner, was under the impression that we wouldn't need the space the whole day, like we would only need it for like a 12-hour window instead of the entire day. And I'm not sure how that miscommunication happened, but it did. And so the current rate is $2,500 with the idea that we'll let her go before our convention to speak for 5 minutes to advertise her venue, which I don't think is that big of an ask. She was a business owner who was pretty defiant during the lockdowns and the mandates and stayed open, and was pretty admirable. So I don't mind. I don't think that really hurts our convention too much to let her do that. That being said, it's not fun to have the price change like this after there's already been kind of a handshake agreement. So
But what did it change from to what it changed to 2,500, but I forget what the original price was.
it was between 1,800 and 2,100. So for an extra like 3 hours, because I said that we'd probably want to have access as soon as possible, if not the night before, very early in the morning, to get in and set up. And she, I guess, wasn't aware of that. So
Yeah, I think it's marginal. Like, do you need this board to vote on it, or do you need the committee to vote on it?
I just want to, it's almost like at this point they've already approved the venue, so there really isn't anything to vote on. It's more just like we don't want to double back out from it at this point, and we want to go ahead and authorize the person who is going to make the deposit to go ahead and do so. So
Okay.
Right. So basically the terms suddenly changed, and so the brakes were pumped. We didn't make the deposit until the dust could settle. And now that the dust has settled and the price is higher, there was a question of whether everything needed reapproved.
yes, and thank you. That's a very good way of putting it. it was hard to kind of communicate that. Yes, that is essentially what is happening. I want to make sure that it was just this one-time miscommunication. And it's not a pattern, and also probably not a bad idea, although it's a pain in the ass. I probably need to go out there and maybe get something in writing.
Could you do
So-
this over email? Like the other thing too is like, we don't have, like, we can vote in committee over email. If you need to double check with your committee, could you just write them an email and have them all respond to you one by one? Or same thing with Sean Gardner, could you put it in writing in an email and then make sure that they're like,
Right.
just to accelerate things?
Yeah, that's
So-
a good point. Yeah.
I think that once we have something in writing, then the committee is gonna just go, okay, great, we'll do this, and the deposit will get made.
Yes. Because I would like to start planning the other aspects of the convention very soon. And maybe get a timeline for the I guess the electronic election and when that will take place. Just so when we put out messaging about the convention next month, like we can have an idea of like, there will be this electronic election that will precede the actual convention. But the actual elections aren't happening at the convention. So. Although that might be interesting if they did, but I don't think that's how that works, so.
Not currently an
Unfortunately not.
option under the bylaws.
Yeah, eventually that would maybe be a good idea for how things worked in the future, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. So we are undoing ourselves out of the bylaw pretzel we were in, so.
Is there, so I guess it can be asked, do any of the directors who are here have any concerns about the, relatively speaking, slight price increase? Personally, my main concern is that with things possibly changing from the handshake agreement, that just whenever we make a deposit, we need to have something in writing first. That's my only further input. But
No, it's very fair. I will send out, I'll ask the committee what form we would like to take. I will draft out something and we will yeah, get moving on that so we can lock it in as quickly as possible. So.
And then I believe we also have a bylaw duty to sort of announce the convention once the date is set and formalized by a certain amount of time in advance of the
45 days in advance of the convention.
Okay.
So we want to do it a lot sooner than that if we can, but that's the number.
I'm just making note of that because I'll make sure that we can make a landing page and all that for the website. Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Sorry. Sorry for the, I don't know, I'm not sure
The
exactly what,
whiplash.
but if any of it was my fault, I apologize for it.
All right, thank you, Will. I don't hear anyone else chiming in on this, so we'll move along to open forum. Observers may speak on any item that they wish. It's not restrained by the agenda. So I believe it's still just Dexter Graphic and Travis West. If you guys have anything that you would like to contribute.
Hi, this is Dexter.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I was curious what you guys were up to, and just seeing progress on different fronts is satisfying. I haven't really heard much from you guys since June or July before the convention, so I wasn't even sure if you still existed. So that's me. I'm just checking in tonight.
Dexter, what welcome, and what county are you in?
I'm in Lane County.
All right, well, thanks
Yeah.
for attending again. We've had you as an observer in the past. It's nice to see faces circle back around. And yeah, we've been chipping away at the business of the party.
Yeah, Dexter, I don't know if you caught it, but our main communication hub right now is our Discord server, the Libertarian Party of Oregon Discord server.
Dexter just hopped into the,
You're just on it? Okay.
Discord during the meeting.
Nice. Okay, good. That is probably, I think, probably in the state, the greatest concentration of active libertarians online in Oregon. So right now, so it's our Discord.
All right, excellent. Thank you again to our observers for attending. The next board meeting is set by policy for January 11th, 2022. I'm going to go ahead and add at 7 p.m. to the end of that. Is there any conflict for any of the directors that would make that date need to be shifted?
Not for me.
Not at this time. That date works.
That's my daughter's 4th birthday. So I might not be in attendance that night, just because we'll be having a party for her. But that's my only
Okay.
conflict with that.
All right. Do you want for it to be moved, Rachel, or you're good with it being there and you'll attend if you can, but you'll probably be at a birthday party?
You guys can leave it. Sorry, my kids are. You can leave it for that time. I mean, she's 4, so we're not going to be up that late. So you can keep it for now, and I'll just try to attend or hop on maybe the last half hour or something.
Get over there.
All right, thank you. Okay, then I don't believe we have anything else. I'll let it be. Go ahead, Pablo.
One question. What is the process for adding new members to a committee? Could you remind me?
Just the members of the committee can take a vote amongst themselves to add on new members, or else the board can do it if that is what is needed. So
Okay.
we could sneak that in right here.
Yeah,
If-
in the spirit of moving quickly, can I would like to make a motion to add 3 Oregon Libertarians to the IT committee.
Okay, what are their names?
Their names are Sharon Newman of Multnomah County, Michelle Bird of Multnomah County, and Gunnar Power of Marion County.
All right. Is there a second?
Second. I trust Pablo.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, and I'll just note for the future, that would usually just be done under the committee report. No worries. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Happy holidays.
And happy holidays. Happy holidays, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.